This episode of Going Forward is brought to you by Optmyzr, an award-winning PPC management tool used by advertisers worldwide. Save time and boost the performance of your PPC campaigns on Facebook, Amazon, and Google or Microsoft. Get a 14-day free trial at optmyzr.com/go/VIP.
Welcome to Going Forward, where inspiring conversations with leaders and entrepreneurs shape tomorrow. Dive into the depths of their journeys, the hurdles they've overcome, and the insights they bring to the future. Let's get moving right here, right now on Going Forward.
So I want to talk about DoorDash, not the company, but I had this conversation with my wife just yesterday, and I said to her, I think we are in like a DoorDash society. And myself, I've used DoorDash, so I'm not talking about the service. I'm just talking about like the intent. And what I mean is a lot of people, and I've seen this in a lot of people coming up in business, young professionals, they want kind of the DoorDash path to their career. They want everything so fast. And not saying, they don't want to earn it. And again, before people start saying, oh, that's not me, I'm not talking about everyone or every young professional coming up, but the majority that I'm seeing or even interviewed or work with, everyone wants their career handed to them like DoorDash. Like you immediately graduate college, this career, this six-figure salary is going to be there for you. Like, they feel they deserve it, like immediately. But then who are we on the other end to say, okay, they don't deserve it? So let's back up just a little bit. There are people that feel they bring more value to a company than they truly feel. And I think when you have that kind of mismatch, you have to have a conversation to say, this is what I bring to the company, and here's what I would like to make. And if you're not making that yet, you can at least say, where does the company want to be? So I'm teaching people how to ask for a raise in this whole DoorDash mentality right now. If you want to make, let's just say you are at 50 grand, just throwing numbers out there, and you want to be at $100,000 a year, right? First off, you need to let that be known, right? You need to, first off, ask the company that you're working for, like, hey, leader, what are our company's goals, revenue goals, so on and so forth. And they're going to clearly explain those, the goals and objectives of the company. And then you ask them, hey, I want to be a part of that. I want to help the company reach its goals and objectives. But I also want to be here. Is that possible? So finding out if there's a possibility for you to be able to earn that. And I think any company that's going to, hopefully you're working for the right company that's going to say, you helped us get to X and we're going to help you get to X. That's the way it should be. You should be growing your people, and your people should be helping growing the company. But just to say like, oh, I want six figures immediately, or, I graduated school, you got to understand like what your background is worth. Working at a car wash and then doing valet parking, for a year, and then working at a company doing like a service close to the one that you're being hired doesn't constitute that you are well-versed or well-experienced, in that category, in that field. And then, you got things out there like Glassdoor that, that gives this false sense of salary to people where they say, okay, this is my position, I should be making this much. Well, the person who reported that on Glassdoor, first off, it's not even verified through Glassdoor what the salary was or what you were like as an employee, and the person whose salary that you're saying that you want to be like. Well, that salary, you don't know what they went through. You don't know what that person's resume was in order for you to say, okay, here's, a marketing director in New York, and I feel I should make that same kind of money or something close to that. You need to know exactly like what that person went through. So don't bring a Glassdoor salary to your employer and say you want to be there. I mean, you can use Glassdoor as a guide, absolutely. But then you have to know exactly what you bring to the table and not have this DoorDash mentality like you should immediately earn a huge amount of salary and you haven't proven yourself. That is just like a recipe for like disaster. I remember listening to this thing from Simon Sinek, and he said, a lot of the younger professionals right now, they're so impatient. They're so impatient. Like they'll leave a job every 6 months, every 12 months, searching for that shiny thing, that shiny object. And all along, it was like patience that they needed. And sometimes they leave and they start over, they leave, they start over. And then when you go and you finally find that job where you feel like you fit, you've already had 5 or 6 jobs in 4 years. And the first thing that the employer is looking at you and saying, this person's not committed, they're not committed. And I don't know, there's very few jobs out there now that are like hard to fill. So there's like anytime you have one candidate, like we put out an application once for an account manager position. We had over 91 applicants within a week, 91. And that was across the country because now, we're not hiring locally. We hire across the country and globally now. So we can find anyone. But when people come in, they have this DoorDash mentality like I should immediately be here without thinking like you need to put in the work. You need to learn how to mess up some things and figure some things out before you can say, okay, this is how I should be valued. And I think people are looking at it like how when they trade in a used car, it's like, my car should be worth this. It's because you spent the time waxing that car, cleaning the tires. It has a lot of value to you, but how much value do you have to the person you're trading it into? So when you're looking at your career, you need to ask yourself, like, how much value am I bringing to them? How much experience am I bringing to them? How am I going to help this company get to where they need to be? And can that company help me to where I need to be? Because it should go both ways. And before people start saying, they want to, the owners want to get rich in these companies, I think a lot of people have no idea exactly what owners go through or entrepreneurs go through. Sometimes you're the last one to get paid, and sometimes you're the first one to get up in the morning. You're the last one to quit working. And no, not everyone's going to be like that in your company. No, they're not going to be like that in your company. But you're not making the entrepreneur rich. If he pays you, he needs to earn 3 to 4 times what he's paying you just to be able to recoup or make money or make a profit. This is business. And the DoorDash mentality has to just be over with. There's no one's going to give it to you that fast or bring you that kind of career on a platter. You got to earn it. It's a career. You got to build it out. That's what people are looking for. That's what companies are looking for. They want employees who are not only smart, they want thinkers. They don't want doers. They want people who can get them to another level. And so should the employee. You want a company that can take you to the next level. But stop having the DoorDash mentality and thinking the world owes you something, and thinking they need to take you to the salary that you dream of and you haven't really earned it. I just want to kind of close out and just say, stop having the 6-figure attitude and the 6-figure expectations, and you put up a minimum wage effort. That's a mismatch.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to rate our podcast and share it with a friend. Every share, every comment, every rating propels us forward. For more content, insights, and updates, visit ericelliott.com. Remember, your journey, your story is what keeps us going forward. Until next time.
I want to thank you all for giving us your most valuable asset, your time. And also a huge thank you to our sponsors over at Optmyzr. For all of you who are running PPC campaigns and you want to see how to do it better and get better results and actually boost the performance of your campaigns and save time, get a free trial at optmyzr.com/go/VIP.